Alright, good people, we got something very special in the studio today, and I'm actually also a little honored to get my hands on this very particular piece of tech. So as you might know, Razer started with offering gaming mice during a time when the idea of using dedicated peripherals for our favorite virtual entertainment activity was pretty new, or well, maybe even almost non-existent. And 20 years ago they launched the Razer Boomslang, apparently the world's first proper gaming mouse, and since 20 years is quite a long time and such an anniversary needs to be celebrated, they brought back the venomous snake-inspired pointing device, and in addition to some pretty elaborate packaging, it also got a bit of an update for 2026. So how about we get all of this unboxed and have a look at the new Boomslang and give it a try to see how it stacks up against its modern brethren. Let's get into it. Oh, and by the way, this one is limited to 1,337 devices worldwide, and if you want one, that is also the amount of cash you have to set aside, which is not something you have to worry about, since at the time of making this video, it's also already sold out. And on another note, as you can see, we are already in the new studio, and unfortunately, the move got a little in the way of finishing this video. But this allowed us to actually put the Anniversary Boomslang representing one of the first proper gaming mice against the Viper V4 Pro, which is Razer's latest pro-focused mouse that is packed with everything and then some, while only weighing about 50 grams in this absolutely gorgeous white color. So let us see what has changed when it comes to gaming mice, and let's finally get into it, this time for real. I mentioned it already, but Razer definitely went out of their way to properly present the 20th Anniversary Boomslang, and in the subtle black packaging you will find this round box completely wrapped in this leather-like material. Once you get it open, you are directly greeted by the Boomslang, and what is immediately noticeable right away is the iconic shape that differs quite a bit from the Viper, and we will definitely talk about the ergonomics later. In addition to the mouse itself, you also get this magnetic charging dock and an incredibly premium feeling braided USB cable to connect everything. The dock also functions as the wireless receiver, which is actually quite a nice touch since it makes sure you can always easily charge your mouse. And since both the dock and the Boomslang are of course Razer Chroma enabled, they offer quite a bit of lighting customization options. Similar to its packaging, the Boomslang also comes with synthetic leather patches, and while it's definitely a very special look, I like it a lot. And since I'm a big fan of special editions in general, I can appreciate the level of detail Razer put into this one. Sure, the green see-through chassis might not be for everyone, but again, it's extra in all the right ways. And Razer did not stop there, and if you're one of the lucky few to get your hands on one of these, you also get this frame, which shows what the 20th Anniversary Boomslang is actually made of. And while the overall shape might be the same as when it first launched 20 years ago, the inner workings of this puppy are as up-to-date as they can be. And having it all presented this way, well, the keen-eyed among you might have already seen this frame in my wall of fame in the new studio, and it will definitely have a place here for the time being, since again, this looks simply awesome and it even lights up. I love it. Alright, that is the Boomslang for now, but what about the Viper V4 Pro? Well, similar to the Deathadder V4 Pro we tested a few months ago, Razer also updated their absolute high-end gaming mouse flagship. So the Viper got even lighter, and the new dome-shaped dongle offers improved latency and up to an 8K pulling rate, while the mouse itself comes with a new optical scroll wheel, new switches and an updated sensor, all of which is aimed at delivering the highest precision as fast as possible, so you can click on heads as fast and reliably as possible. I said this in our review for the Deathadder already, I am way too casual to properly judge any of this, but I can say this one feels awesome once again. Everything is incredibly direct, even just being on the desktop, and the switches are precise with a tactile feedback that I like a lot. Razer said they also improved battery life by quite a bit, and I'm inclined to believe them, since I have been using this one as my daily driver for work and gaming since I got it about a month ago and have only charged it once. So yeah, that's that. When it comes to overall ergonomics, I could not really make up my mind if I prefer the symmetrical shape of the Viper or the angled variation of the Deathadder, but if you would put me on the spot, I would probably go with the Deathadder, but that's of course subjective. But how does the Boomslang hold up? Well, while tracking, the switches and the mouse wheel feel on par, this one is of course a lot heavier, which is fine if you ask me, since it's not as laser focused on performance as the other two we just talked about. But man, have we come a long way when it comes to mouse design in general, since this puppy feels downright weird when you use it for the first time. The super wide mouse buttons and the flat shape definitely takes some time to get used to it, and once you switch back, your hand immediately feels right at home. So yeah, I use this one quite a bit, but I think it's quite clear why Razer only brought back this design for nostalgia reasons and not in something mainstream, since all of their current mouse designs, especially something like the Basilisk for example, are simply much better in terms of ergonomics. But of course the Boomslang wasn't made as something that is supposed to put function first, but as an homage to where Razer started as a company. And as far as special editions go, I think this one is executed incredibly well. Is it worth it though? Well, if you ask me, you cannot really judge this one when it comes to overall value, since it's something special. And if you want it, you probably do not really care about the price tag here. But what about the Viper though, since that one is also quite pricey. And again, I feel like if you are a pro and want something that you can rely on, and you already spent a ton on your other peripherals or your setup in general, you also do not really care that much about cost, but simply want the best of the best to get you those wins. And if the spec sheet, feel and functionality of the V4 Pro aligns with what you need, then you will probably not be disappointed. Personally, I also like it a lot, and I have a knack for high-end premium feeling peripherals, even though I am as casual as they come when it comes to competitive gaming. But feel free to let me know what you think, and if you feel like there's a better alternative to the Viper, let me know below and I'll see if I can check out your options as well. This should also be it for today. Thanks a ton for watching, folks, even though we did not talk about laptops today. And if you feel like you need some more mobile computing content, well, how about you have a look around the channel? Feel free to leave your sub and like if you felt entertained. My name is Alex, you have been fantastic as always, and I can't wait to see you all in the next one. Take care.